Just in terms of confidence, because that's what the market's trying to work out. At the moment, they're doing the math. They've got the possibility of Saudi supply coming back in April and the OPEC Plus overall supply coming back. Are you confident, Minister, that the market could bear up to 1.5 million extra barrels by the end of the first quarter, beginning of April?
Well, it depends, Manus, on the vaccine, for example, rollout. There are now plans in many countries to go and vaccinate a good percentage of the people by the first quarter. And if that happens and we see a demand recovery, then I think the market can absorb it. We are not only looking at the supply and demand balance, we are also working on the inventories, the extra inventories buildup that we have seen during 2001. We are also targeting to reduce that to a normal level, which will give confidence also to the producers. So that is also another angle that we are working with.
Let's just talk about the inventories, Minister, because again, we're all talking about the 5-year average. I thought we'd left it behind, but no, we're back on the 5-year average. To get the inventories down, Minister, what is your strategy? Is it less exports to the USA and the OECD?
Well, every country has its own markets, as you know, Manus, and we are not. Our role as a group now, a bigger group
yes.
of producers, is to balance the market and ensure that the market is balanced and incentivizing the investors to continue investing. We don't want to lose investors during this extraordinary year and the recovery year, because those volumes will be required. We all know in a year, 2 years, or at the end of this year, hopefully, we will be back, or even in 2022, we will be back to where we were in 2019 in terms of demand. And
can you balance the market? Do you expect to balance the market, Minister, this year in 2021?
I'm more optimistic, than the numbers, because I'm confident that this group will continue working hard in ensuring that we are balancing the market faster than what we anticipated, and we have seen the recovery, I think, better than anyone was expecting in the first, and as we are going in the first month of the year. I'm optimistic that by the end of the year or beginning of next of 2022, we will see that balance.
Now, your old friend Fatih Birol has spoken to us overnight, sir, and he said a big chunk of American shale will be profitable at the current levels. Do you expect to see more shale supply given the price action in the market?
Well, I think we have, all of the producers need to be careful, not to overflood the market. Mm-hmm. If anyone do that, then the prices will suffer, and the investors. I'm not worried about the prices per se, okay, because the prices are relative to the time. But I'm more concerned about the level of investments that all the investors need to put. I think when it comes to the shale oil, there has been challenge. They have been facing a very challenging year during 2020. From the investors' point of view, it's not going to be easy to just go and build production, not knowing that and seeing the inventory levels where they are today. So I think they have to be cautious, and I'm glad that we have always that dialogue between us and them. And don't forget that the US have contributed to the cut during in April and in May when we met with them. So I think we have to appreciate what the US producers have done, the sacrifices that they put to balance the market at a very difficult time. I think they are wise not to jump the gun and overproduce during the recovery year.
Minister, can we talk about the big relationship, the OPEC Plus relationship? We've been through many dramatic meetings in Vienna and virtually. Can you give me your outlook for the OPEC Plus relationship beyond the expiry of the pact?
Well, first of all, this relationship, I've been saying for years that my view on this relationship, it's to stay. This is not a permanent. This is not a temporary relationship. This is hopefully a permanent relationship. We have seen all that the part of the learnings that we carry on 2021 after 2021 is the fact that more producers need to work together during difficult times. The level of confidence that we build among ourselves, working together now for years, is more assuring that we will continue working in the future.
So we talked about balancing the market. I want to get a sense from you in terms of when can we expect OPEC to recover perhaps the market share that it gave up last year?
Well, now the focus is on the balancing of the market. We're not looking at it from a market share point of view. We are the lowest cost producers as OPEC countries and many of the OPEC Plus as well. So we know that for a fact that when situations are normal, we can easily get to the market share that is normal for this group. I'm not worried, to tell you the truth, Manus, about the market share now. We are at an environment where we either balance the market, incentivize investors to continue investing, and assure ourselves 2 years, 3 years from now, we have enough hydrocarbon and enough supply, or we don't do it. If every country is looking at its market share, then we will not balance the market. And UAE is an example. We have an installed capacity of more than 4.2 million barrels, but look at us working with the group and cutting significantly from that volume.